Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Art Boss Challenge Day 2. We are going to be having some fabulous conversations. We're going to be continuing the training in the Art Boss Challenge, putting ourselves on the simplest and fastest path to a six-figure art income. Don't you wish that it was as easy as just posting your art everywhere? The more you would post, the more money you make, and your artwork would just fly off of the shelf. And that's exactly why it's so frustrating when we hear crickets in our social media. We're putting a lot of time and we're putting a lot of effort into communicating and getting in front of our social media. Yet, for some reason, we're still not closing the sales we need to be living the dream. What if instead it just comes down to a formula, a specific way that we post in our social media that allows for us to magnetize our ideal clients to us, as well as walk them down the path to the sale like it's the most natural thing in the world? Have you ever had someone in your social media engage with you and say, "Oh my goodness, that's beautiful," or they give you a heart or a thumbs up? Maybe they even say something like, "How much is it?" And you just freeze up. You're thinking, "I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. What if?" And you start going down the whole path where you literally walk away from a sale because you simply don't know what to say. Raise your hands here if you're like, "I don't want to be a salesy weirdo." We are going to be talking today about social media, and social media posting fatigue is real, my friends. Just sitting down in front of your computer and trying to figure out what you're going to say on a daily basis, it's super time consuming, and it can be just simply exhausting. This is what we want you to have today. We want you to walk away with the confidence to charge the price that reflects the value of your artwork and close at that price. And we want you to see that when you simply add maybe one, two, or maybe even just three new clients every single month, that combination of simply raising your price and maybe finding one or two more people who purchase your artwork every month, that is what puts you on the path to making thousands upon thousands of dollars every single month. So we're going to go ahead and dig on in today. I want you to grab that comfy spot in your house. I want you to grab your workbook, grab a pen and paper, maybe even a beverage of choice. Get ready for some serious learning today. We're going to be talking about the heart of your business, and we are going to be making super huge, super impactful changes in our art business. Hello, artist. Oh my goodness. It's day 2 of the Art Boss Challenge, and we're so excited. I love day 2. I love day 2 because it really is the heart of our business. What we're going to be talking about today is magnetizing our ideal clients to us, collecting our leads, and connecting with those leads, giving them everything they need to say yes, so that when we make our offers, they're pulling out their credit cards. We want you to have the confidence to close at a new higher price, and the confidence in knowing that when you simply find one, maybe two extra clients a month, it is the difference that you need. It is the difference that puts you on the path to six figures and beyond. My name is Karen Auha. I'm super excited to be here today. I'm super excited to be hanging out with such insanely talented artists. I want you guys to give yourself some fire today. I want you to put your comments inside of this just post below. Just throw some fire. You know, from yesterday, we love fire because not only does it share with Team Art Boss when you want to hear more, when you're like, yes, tell me more about this, about what you're talking about, it also allows for you to create the path for new learning. We love for artists to be learning visually. We provide slide decks. We want you to learn audio through audio. We provide lots of training with complimentary like walk through step by step so that you can start implementing. And we know that the most important way to make a change in your business is to actually start implementing what you're hearing and what you're seeing and putting those into your business. When you simply type the word yes, when you simply put a couple emojis in the comments, you're actually opening your universe to learn the content that is here. We're going to be talking about social media today. Okay, social media content is super important to magnetize our audience and magnetize our future customers. It's also super important to nurture and connect with our leads so that we can literally give them everything they need to say yes. And it feels like the most natural thing in the world when we start presenting our offers. I just absolutely love being able to get to know you guys. I love being able to connect with you and start asking you some questions about your business. Okay. So, over then today and the next couple of days, you're going to meet art bosses. You're going to meet Team Art Boss. They're going to pop in and they're going to share their stories about the Art Boss Business Builder. They're going to introduce themselves, the coaches who are here who work with art bosses every single business day of the year. They're here. They're here today working with you, helping you get what you need so you can level up your art businesses. We're going to be sharing client breakthroughs. We love when clients have breakthroughs and they have those aha moments, or they share, "Oh my gosh, I just closed my first 20K month." I love just this whole entire process. Like, we have people go, "Eureka," or "Holy shit ski, this works." This allows for me to have that framework so that I can start looking at my business. I can start adding the gas where I need to add the gas, and I can diagnose any of the disconnects. So, what we want to be doing today is we want to start talking about your businesses. We want to get to know more about you and more about what your jam is. What is your passion? What do you love to do? Just tell us a little bit about your artwork. And I'm going to ask you to start thinking about 3 words that either define you or it defines your art business. I want you to share in the comments some of the words that describe who you are. It tells us a little bit about your artwork. It tells us a lot about what motivates you and what the reason why you have chosen to be a creative and the reason why you're super successful at the art that you produce. So, I'm going to share a few stories while you're putting those comments into just typing them in. Think about it, right? Think about what are 3 words that if you use those words about yourself, they would automatically connect you with your ideal customer. Okay. So we love sharing client breakthroughs. We have Kathy. Kathy, she typed in, this is what she typed in. She's like, work-life balance. For her, it is super important to have a career that allows for her to have some flexibility at home. She has a high demanding life in her house. She also has been a photographer and a portrait painter for decades. And she came to us and she's like, "I need work life balance. I need to be able to bring in income that allows for me to support my family. It also needs to be the type of career that I can take my time and mold it around what's happening in the background in my family, as well as be able to still deliver new work to new customers." So when we first started working with Kathy, she came to us and she's like, "Look, I'm a photographer and I've been doing people portraits with photography for years. I mean, she has amazing fine art oil painter as well." And she's like, "You know what? I just enjoy being able to also leverage my craft in oil painting. And I really think that process, that career, I won't have to travel as much. I won't have to have as many people in my home. I won't have to purchase a studio outside of my home. I would love to be able to start creating portraits of people. And as we started talking about it, she's like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna sell an 8 by 10 for $200." And, as we kinda started talking more, when she started having a breakthrough when we started saying, "Well, tell us more about what jazzes you." Like, is $200 enough to do a full portrait that would really jazz you and want you to do like, let's think about it. If you wanna make 5K a month, do you wanna do the number of portraits? People portraits are pretty time intensive. Like, let's start looking at your offer. Let's start looking at how you can provide full transformation for your client. She started building out this entire package. She started thinking like a photographer and a fine art oil painter. And she's like, well, a lot of times people submit pictures that are just really not great. And so when I try to do their portraits, it's like the lighting's wrong. I can't get the shading right. She's like, well, maybe what I could do is offer them a photo package. Maybe I'll offer them, if most of my clients are clients who are professionals, so they actually also would love a headshot. They would love and they would like some pictures for their social media for their company. So maybe I do a photo shoot and then we pick one of their favorite pictures and I paint a large painting. One that we want to put in our entryway, one we want to put over our fireplace, one we want to put maybe in that favorite spot in our home. And she's like, and better yet, I'm also a seamstress and I have friends who we love making these beautiful ballroom gowns. Maybe we also for my full signature offer, we dress them in a beautiful new gown, we fit it for them, we take pictures, and then that's would be probably one of my inspiration pictures. And we are like, yeah, that sounds great. Now, is that worth more than $200? And she was like, absolutely. And she was like, that's like a 5 to 10K offer. So what she did is she went instead of trying to find hundreds of people who would buy a $200 $200 portrait, she went to just needing to find one person who would be interested in leveraging her skills as a photographer and a fine art artist. Now, this story may resonate with you. This story, you might be like, I'm a 3D artist. But what I want you to see is that when she got clear on what her three words were, which was work, life, balance, she was able to get to a product that allowed for her to close thousands of dollars in art sales in a month without having to do as much work. Instead of having to do hundreds of portraits in order to make 5K or like 50 portraits in order to make 5K, she only had to find one person who would pull out their credit card for that amount. She already had tons of clients who paid her close to that when she would do her photo sessions. So we were like, this is amazing. We're so excited when we see how clients start using these three words to actually build out their powerful products. So I want you guys to continue to post your comments below. I see a lot of artists, I see a lot of creative, I see a lot of people telling me the type of medium that they use. I also see a lot of people saying dynamic. Those are wonderful words. Exciting, energetic, great words. Keep going. I want to see more and more of those words in the comment. I'm going to share with you what my three words are in a little bit. I'm going to share my story. I'm going to share a little bit more about how my unexplainable need to create and how my unexplainable need to share with other artists how to close thousands upon thousands of dollars in art sales a month, because it's really based on who I am and my three words. My three words are creative, strategic, and driven. And I absolutely love claiming those words and making sure that when I'm working inside of the online market, that those three powerful words are being communicated in what I'm doing. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and I mean, keep those comments coming. I love that. I absolutely love that. Beauty. I see calm. I see peacefulness. I see all kinds of words that allow for you to start really connecting who you are to what your artwork represents to who your ideal customers are going to be. So let's go ahead and jump on into training today. We're going to spend some time in training, and then we're also going to do a little bit. If you want me to show you a case study, we're going to be walking through a case study. It's totally up to you guys if you want to spend some extra time with me, and I'll share with you a case study towards the end. I'll give you the option if you want me to share it or not, and we'll kind of go from there. So I hope that sounds good for you guys today, because really what I want you guys to know is that the training that we're providing here for free this week, it builds. So if you were not able to catch yesterday's training, that's okay. Everything's available in replay. You're going to be able to watch the training from yesterday, but we're going to be digging into yesterday's training, and we're going to be starting to dig into the components, really those 3 components that you need to have layered inside of your art business so that you can be closing sales. We talked yesterday about modernizing your selling style so that you go from the old school techniques. Yes, old school techniques, they work in certain income streams, but they're really just not effective enough, and they're really not strong enough to work inside of the online market. We talked about how we can make one simple shift inside of our art businesses in the online market that allow for us to maximize our results and go faster in the online market than what we can do when we're trying to sell one by one by one by one. So don't miss that training. It's fabulous training. It's the whole entire process that we use here at the Art Boss Formula to close sales and put ourselves on the simplest and quickest path to a 6-figure income. So we're going to go ahead and let me add in today's training. And let me see here. I'm going to do it this way. Here we go. Okay, let me go ahead and grab and pull that in. And let's go ahead and make it a little bit bigger today. Okay. We're going to continue talking about the simplest and fastest path to a 6-figure art income. We want you to have the skills that you need in order to, there we go. That's the page I want. We want you to have the skill sets that you need in order to close sales. We want you to have this aha moment today. I'm going to walk through this with you. I want you to confidently work in the online market, charging a price that reflects the value of what you're doing, and also recognize that it only takes 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 additional clients to take you from where you're just making a couple $100 to where you're making thousands of dollars every single month. Let's take a look at the schedule. I want to make sure that you guys have everything you need to maximize your results here. The challenge is taking place April 12th through April 14th. Yesterday, we talked about modernizing your selling style, your selling skills, so that you can multiply your online and offline sales by 10. We want you to 10x your sales. Today, we're going to talk about confidently closing your art sales at a higher price. And then tomorrow, we're going to talk about your irresistible offers, having your customers saying yes, and then they're saying, here, take my credit card. And then on Monday, we're going to talk about laser focused coaching sessions, but you will need your VIP pass. We're going to be giving you the link to your VIP pass. It's also located inside of your workbook. I'll go back for a second. It's also located inside of your workbook. We want you to have access to Team Art Boss, also to free laser focused coaching with me. And that link is here. It's on the schedule page. Okay, so on the schedule page, you have access to the VIP pass, and all you need to do is apply for that pass, and we will get you to that laser focused coaching sessions that are happening on next Monday. Here we go. Perfect. There are tons of resources here. You have the ability to get daily reminders. Every single day, I'm live at 12 p.m. Central Time. Yes, you can watch everything in replay. We want you to have the ability to join us live, but we know that not everyone is free at 12 p.m. Central Time. We know that for many of you, you may be sleeping, you're on the other side of the world. So you can watch everything in replay. All of your comments are monitored, so we're watching your comments. Please participate. Please make sure that you are engaging in the conversation so that you can open up the ability to learn more and have this information come into your environment. Okay, so we also have email reminders, we have Facebook reminders, we also have reminders with Artie, the art bot. If you still need to connect with Artie, she is Artie, the art boss bot. She is delivering all of your goodies to you. She is connecting with you in Messenger. She's going to be giving you information about the homework. She's going to be directly sending to you any of the additional content that we send out on a daily basis. She's also reminding you about the live sessions and having access to the replay links. We also have the Art Boss Challenge workbook. You can connect with Artie to be able to download that. And Artie also will get you access to the Art Boss Studio, where we have everything on one landing page that allows for you to get access to all of the training, the resources, and all of the replays. We want to let you know that we also are going to be offering one-on-one clarity calls with me and Team Art Boss so that you can uncover your next steps for closing sales. Okay, so we absolutely, and I'm going to have to add this back in because I'm glad I checked. Here we go. You have access to everything in the Art Boss Challenge right here in your resources. Okay, so sorry about that. I forgot to put the deck presentation back up. Thank you for letting me know, Team Art Boss. Thank you for that. Here we go. Cool. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's jump on into the training today. Let's get you the information you need. So here's my first question for you today. Or I guess it's my second question. What I want you to do is I want you to share, either write it on a note in your workbook or share it with us. But what is your biggest worry in selling your artwork online? Like, just share it with us. What is the biggest fear or biggest worry when you think about, oh my goodness, I need to sell my artwork and I see the power of the online market. Now I just need to figure out how to do this. What is your biggest worry? Taking a little bit of water today, drinking a little bit of water as you start putting your comments below. I want you to just know that when you share this information, you're sharing it with other artists who are on the same path. And you are a leader when you start sharing your comments and really sharing and moving out of the way. Sometimes our biggest worries, when we just speak them into the universe, it's the first step in overcoming those worries. So what is your biggest worry in selling your artwork online? I know that a lot of artists say things like this. They say, I see it here. I don't know what to say, right? I just want to post pictures of my artwork and post prices, and I just want it to magically like just fly off the shelf, right? That's what we talked about at the beginning. We know that when you're selling your artwork online, you're worried about people who are going to say negative things. You might be saying things like, well, I'm worried that I'm going to bother my friends and family. I'm worried that I'm going to post things that other people aren't going to agree with. And so it's just part of being a professional artist working in the online market, it's normal to have worries and doubts, and it's normal to want to show up in our social media as a professional. So when I'm reading through the comments, I'm seeing a lot of, I just don't want to be one of those icky sales people. I don't want to bother people. And so when we are selling in the online market, I would say half of the time artists are sharing things that they basically are saying, I don't want to be a salesy weirdo. I don't want to be in my social media looking like someone who's just crazy. Right. So here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing. Most of the time when I work with clients who say, I don't want to be in social media, I don't want to be like all the crazies that are out there, and I don't want to be a salesy weirdo. Most of the time when I look at their social media, they're actually doing the things that make them look like a salesy weirdo. They're just posting lots of pictures, they're posting price. Goodness gracious, sometimes I even see things like, oh, buy my art before I die. Or they might say things like, hey, um, I work really hard to be a great artist. I need for you to start supporting me. I mean, I start seeing those kind of comments. I mean, I'm in social media a lot. It's kind of interesting that the people who are most worried about being a salesy weirdo are actually the ones who are doing the things that make them look like a salesy weirdo. If you're just posting a picture of your artwork and you never engage with anyone until they say like a thumbs up, a heart, that's beautiful, and you just start trying to sell with them right off, like at the top of your funnel right away, that's when we look like we're a used car salesman. We have to be laying out a very specific formula that allows for us to create a human connection, right? That allows for us to collect our ideal clients and then connect with them in a way where we connect on a human level, where we show up as human beings, that we not just show up as someone who's trying to sell a piece of artwork, but we're showing up in a way that allows for our perfectly wonderful future clients to know how much we care about them before we ever enter into any sort of sales conversations. It sounds easy, right? But we all know that when we're in our social media, it's difficult to know, what should I say? When should I say it? How should I say it? So we totally understand what that feels like. And we want you to know that you don't have to show up like a salesy weirdo. We can actually, okay, instead of being a salesy weirdo, we can actually be smart. When we create a social media plan that includes our art, we can create a very smart plan that allows for us to be running a system that closes sales. We're going to go ahead and pop on over to this. This is what we filled out with you guys yesterday. This is the whole Art Boss formula. And today we're going to be specifically talking about collecting. Ooh, and that other word should be connecting. So collecting and connecting. We want you, got to fix that right up here. This is connecting. We need to be collecting and connecting with our ideal customers. Because when you're running a social media selling system, when you're collecting leads, which means you're magnetizing your perfectly wonderful future customers to you, and you are also connecting with them in a way that shows that you're a real live human, that you're a person who cares about them. It allows for you to be running a social media system. And this is the beauty and the joy. Your social media can work for you even while you're asleep, even while you're in your studio, or even while you're on vacation. Because when we are running a social media selling system, we have the ability to curate the feed of our customer with our artwork. And we're going to talk, that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. I want to I want to see when we're talking about this, we can curate. Listen to this. We can curate our feed with our clients' content, and we can also curate the feed of our clients with our content. We're going to show you what we call the social pyramid. We're going to show you the tool that we use. We're going to show you that when you have it set up properly, when you have the framework and the formula for setting up that social media pyramid, that you have the ability to connect with your clients and also to collect new leads who will in the future be your clients. So I want you to know that when we are running a social media selling system, we are actually building an automation and the ability to have our social media working for us, even when we're not spending hours upon hours every single day trying to figure out what to post, where to post it. Very specific formula that we can be using. This is how it starts, right? How to curate your social media feed. Okay, so this triangle represents the social media pyramid. It is a pyramid because at the base we have two components, and we also at the very top we have a component. These three components will allow for us, when we have them set up and we have them connected, will allow for us to curate our feed with what our clients are doing, as well as be able to curate their feed with our artwork. If our clients aren't seeing what we're doing, then our clients can't purchase our artwork because they don't even know what we're doing. Okay. So super powerful system. And we're going to show you how to set it up. This is the social pyramid. It's a system you use to curate your feed with the content from your customers. Okay. Also, your customers are going to, at the same time, be seeing what you're doing as well. Super powerful. And here's where it starts. We're going to start at the top of the pyramid, and your social media pyramid, it starts with you. It starts with the ability to connect with your customers, and you have to be active in your social media, showing up and providing powerful content. This is where it starts. It starts with you. If you're not using your social media, if no one knows what you look like, then they don't know there's a human running behind your business. All of your social media becomes really cold, and we want you to be able to create super powerful content that starts with you. Are you hiding behind your social media? Are you hiding behind your social media because it just feels easier? Are you hiding behind your social media because it just feels easier for no one to see your face, no one to know anything about you? No one can say anything negative about you, what you look like, what you're saying in your social media, because you're just hiding. Okay. But at the very top of that pyramid, if you're not getting in front of your social media and not showing up as a real person, that's the first thing that your pyramid isn't connecting, and you're not building a strong pyramid. Let's get to the second component. Here's the second component: your customers. Your social media includes your customers. You have to spend the time to get to know your ideal customers and engage with them in their social media hangouts. Yes, your perfectly wonderful customers are hanging out in social media, and where they hang out, you need to be hanging out. You'll also notice that your customers are actually at the base of your pyramid. If your customers aren't connecting with you, if you're not getting to know more about your customers and connecting with them, the whole entire pyramid collapses, and you're not able to run a social media system that allows for you to close sales right here in whatever platform you choose. When you get to know your customers. When your customers get to know you, they start sending you testimonials. They start sharing with their friends, with their contacts, how amazing you are.
I seriously have no words. She's beautiful.
Your customers will start sending you notes. Your customers will start sending you videos. They'll start showing you where they're putting your artwork up in their homes. And when we start creating the social pyramid, it happens more and more. When you start setting up that powerful pyramid, not only are they helping you to understand what their needs are, they're helping you to understand what other people need from you as well. Super powerful. But we still have one more component that we need to break down when we're looking at our social media pyramid. We also have to make sure that we are giving our platform what it needs in order to close sales. You can work in your platform of choice. You can work in any social media platform. You can create your own social media platform. You can work in Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You can work in Pinterest, LinkedIn, YouTube, if I haven't said YouTube yet. You can create your own platform. But when you are working in that platform, you need to give that platform what it wants. You have to be treating that platform with the respect that it deserves so that you then in return are rewarded with better reach and better engagement. Okay, so this right here, when we start talking about why can't I sell more by using my website? Why is this not working? When you leverage, let's say, the power of Facebook, and you put a post out there and you say in Facebook, you put a post out, say, I am going to be unveiling my brand new Connect collection. I would love for you to see all of my new artwork. Here's the link to my website. Okay. That's a very normal post. I see them all the time. And when you watch the reach on a post like that, it just simply tanks. Okay. And the reason it tanks is you have to remember that all those platforms, although they're free for us to use, they cost millions of dollars to run. So the way that someone like Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or Pinterest or LinkedIn or Snapchat or Clubhouse, all of those, they know that the longer a user stays on their platform, the more money they make with advertising, right? So when we start putting posts inside of a platform that say something like, have a super sweet collection I'm going to unveil, go check it out on TikTok. What do you think is going to happen? Would Facebook want you to send their people to another platform? Would Facebook want you to send people to a website that is not on their platform? If you're wondering, why can't I sell more off of my website? It's simply because we need to recognize that when we're running a social media selling system, we have to give our platform what it needs. There are very specific techniques that we can use. If we're leveraging the power of our super sexy website, we can still do that. We have to be very conscious of this social media pyramid that allows for us to close more sales by leveraging the power of social media. So let's go ahead and finish off this little this deck because I want you to know this. Okay. This is what the social media pyramid looks like. It includes a combination of you, your customers, and the platform that you are working on. And when you haven't leveraged and taken this pyramid and set it up inside of your business, it is where your online business can collapse. Yes, you will need to activate your social media pyramid to get results. Here's Cindy. Absolutely love Cindy. She has amazing artwork. She is one of the art bosses in the Business Builder, and she's like, you know what? I love working with the art boss. And I love that she's like, I used one of the Art Boss social media campaigns called a powerhouse combination. Her goal for that, she was like, I just wanted to get more people to sign up for my email list. She literally cut and paste all of our social media posts in a 10-day, it was a 10-day powerhouse combination. She posted exactly what we told her to post. It's a no-brainer. You just literally put this combination together. And when she ran the powerhouse combination, just from those posts, in addition to getting email address, she also closed 2 pieces of artwork that amounted to just shy of $3,000. She sent over the message. She's like, oh my goodness, holy moly, this stuff works. This stuff works. And it works not because she had a couple posts that she put in a certain combination, is because she's also running that social media pyramid. She's also running the system that allows for her to use a combination of posts that close sales. Okay, so I can show you an example of a social media selling event that we ran last year. If that's something that you guys would like to see, I'd be more than happy to show you the case study. Just drop in the comments. Yes, I would love to see the social media selling campaign that you ran. We ran it last April and May. So it was exactly 1 year. And let me take a drink of water real quick. We ran it in April and May. We ran it between Earth Day and May 1st. Okay, so we took 3 artists. Okay. We had 0 leads when we started the event. 4 weeks later, we had 1,200 email addresses. We had 600 people in our container. We closed $16,000 in 1 weekend, and we had an additional $5,000 in commissions that were delivered over the next couple weeks. It was a $20,000 selling weekend, and it also, like, the number of hot leads and number of sales that those artists close additionally afterwards. It's a path to 6 figures. If you can close 20K in 1 month, then you have 2 more months just to make an additional 5K. You do that 4 times a year, and that's $100,000. So if it's something that you would like for me to share with you, definitely can share with you the case study that we ran. We ran that last year, and I'm seeing yeses. I'm glad that I'm seeing some yeses, because I want you to see the power of your social media, and I want you to see the system that we ran inside of social media. Okay, so we ran the full entire selling weekend inside of a Facebook group. We really just started out with 0 leads. All 3 of the artists. It also it was I ran it for 3 artists. Let me just pull it up and we can talk through it. I can show you. I can show you the case study. Let's see here. Pop over here. Here it is. We called it the Spring into Wildlife Sale. There were 3 artists. I managed the whole entire weekend, so I was kind of more like the MC. I didn't sell my artwork. I sold the artwork of the artists who were here. You can see there were 3 artists. They were all wildlife artists. It was a perfect time of year in between Earth Day and May 1st to really go out and find those art lovers who had a heart for wildlife, who had a heart for conservation. So we had the event was May 1st. That was our artist live panel. You can see that up on top right was Tori. She is an amazing photographer and oil painter. She works in Africa, usually takes a 3-month trip to Africa, works with her contacts there, and does research. You see Alyssa on the bottom left-hand corner. She's a graphic designer, has full-time gig, and her artwork is super important to her. She produces wildlife art. And then Sarah on the bottom right, an amazing wildlife artist who has a huge heart for conservation, really specifically about rhinoceroses, has like a really great story. So we had 3 artists within a 4-week period of time. We used Facebook as our social media platform in order to collect our leads and connect with our leads. On the weekend of our sale, which would have been April like 30th through May 1st, we closed $16,000 in sales. And at the end of Sunday, we also, all 3 of the artists had commissions in the price range of 5K. So we closed over $20,000 in using a social media selling system and running the Art Boss formula. So let's talk a little bit about what that looks like. Okay, so we're going to use the Art Boss formula. Yes, I love this image. It's super simple. It reminds you that you have to have a container in which to collect your leads. It also reminds you that this whole system that we're running has momentum. It has the ability to continue to make sales even when you're not having a selling weekend. So for those artists who close those additional 5K in commissions, it allows for you to not only make a large amount of money in a selling weekend, it also allows for you to continue to close the leads who may not have been ready on that weekend. Okay, so this is the social media selling system where you can connect with your perfectly wonderful clients in your platform of choice. For the Spring into Wildlife sale, our platform of choice was a Facebook group. That's what we used for our container. At the beginning of the Spring into Wildlife event, we had 0 people in the group. Within 3 weeks, we had 600 art lovers in the group. We had 1,200 email addresses as well. So people who were interested in learning more about these 3 artists and their artwork. So we collected those leads. We went from 0 leads to 600. For this event specifically, I did not ask the artists to share their leads. So we wanted to go out and we use what's called a cold to sold method. We went out into social media and we found 1,200 people who clicked on our landing page and said, absolutely would love to know more about your event. Absolutely love wildlife. And I have a heart for conservation. So we used a combination of organic and paid lead generation strategies. Once again, we had 1,200 new art lover emails. 600 of those art lovers moved into our Facebook group in a period of 3 weeks. We started to connect with them. The minute they came in to our Facebook group, we were connecting with them. We were sharing paint demos. We were posting, we were talking about events that were happening in the world. We were sharing conservation ideas. All 3 artists were actively engaging inside of that Facebook group, giving their clients everything they needed to say yes. We started building our social media pyramid. We started at the top with the U factor. In this case, the U factor included 3 artists. We connected with those 600 people in the Facebook group. We also ran emails, campaign strategies, and we connected with our customers there. And in Facebook, we use the strategy. We launched with a launch methodology that allowed for us to kick in an algorithm that allowed for us to get amazing reach inside of our Facebook groups. These are some of the examples of the posts that we used. We used some of the amazing photography that we had access to among the 3 artists. You can see the one in the center was a Facebook Live. It was probably a 15-minute little demo as Sarah was painting that rhinoceros. Okay, so we started creating excitement inside of the group. We were messaging to the weekend where people were going to have amazing opportunities to get artwork that was coming off of these three amazing artists. There was new artwork coming off of their easels. So when it came to the selling weekend, we were able to make offers to our clients, and we were able to connect with them in a way that we gave them everything they needed. So when we make our offers, they closed. They closed $16,000 in one weekend. And we did that because we moved all 600 people as a unit through our playbook, through the whole entire process where we created that sales funnel. We created a price point that reflected the value of what we're doing. We identified lead generation strategies that were organic and paid. We created irresistible offers that were no-brainers, that when we presented the price, people didn't even question the price. We provided a solution to conservation, to connecting with people, to having the ability to have artwork that made a positive social change. We made sure that all of our posting had the power to convert to sales. We created our launch playbook, which allowed for us to have a virtual selling event, and then we executed that virtual selling event. And the clarity came at the end of the event when all four of us sat down and we started talking about what works and what doesn't work. What will we change the next time that we have a virtual selling event? Okay, so what would change the next time we have a virtual selling event? I loved this event because it was three artists. And when I asked each one individually, I was like, would you rather split the work in three, or would you have rather done all the work and kept all of the sales? Okay, what do you think their answer was? I'm not going to share with you, but you know what the answer was. I think there was a dawning on that and on them when they realized, yeah, I got to split the work of that selling event with like amongst three artists. But which would you rather have? Would you have rather had the $21,000 in sales, or would you rather have a third of the sales and a third of the work? Okay, so we want you to have the ability to kick up an event just like the Spring into Wildlife Sale anytime you want to, from anywhere in the world, and you can do it from the comfort of your own home. I tell you, I know what I was wearing that night when we were doing the big selling like event, that big Friday night fun party. I had a really nice shirt on up top. It was summertime. I had shorts. I was like, this is great. Just had to look good from this portion up. So we want you here. Let's go ahead and talk more about what we want for you. This is what we want for you when we're working in the online market. Okay. When you're running a system. Okay. When you're running a system, you can close your art sales at higher prices, and you can make more consistently thousands upon thousands of dollars in a month by just finding one, maybe two, maybe even only three new clients that don't bulk at your higher price. Okay. Why? Because you're running a system where you're magnetizing your ideal client to you. You're giving them everything they need to say yes. And when you're making your offers, it's a no-brainer why they want to work with you and why they want to purchase your artwork. This is what we want. We want you to confidently stand in front of your social media, presenting your price, the price of your artwork that reflects the value of what you're doing, knowing that you only have to find a handful of people in order to make your sales goal. And when you're running a system, if someone says no to your price, like at the beginning, when someone doesn't purchase our artwork, we don't automatically think, oh, it must be my artwork. We don't automatically think, oh, it must be my price. Instead, we run the system and we run the numbers and we look for the person who is ready to purchase right now. Confidence is so important. Confidence is so underrated. And I'm going to throw in this quote from Georgia O'Keeffe. She is absolutely one of my favorite all-time artists. Besides what she did for female artists back back when she was going, "Oh my goodness, I have to work amongst a very male-dominated world." She was open and honest all of the time. She shared, "I've been absolutely terrified every moment of my life, and I've never let it keep me from doing a single thing that I want." That's confidence. That's confidence even when you're not sure, even when you're still scared, being able to put one step in front of the other, that is confidence. And I'm going to brag on a few of the art bosses here. This is Sandra, and she is an amazing, wonderful pet portrait artist. When she first came on board, she was struggling to sell her artwork for $75 a piece. We quickly got her to where she's charging 200, 300, even $500 for a small pet portrait. And here's what she has to say about running a system. She's like, "I'm so much more confident. It's easier for me to stand in front of my social media because I know that what I'm doing adds value to the world." And she shared, even my clients comment on how much more confident I am when I'm talking about my art. Okay. She has one post that she uses that she pulled straight out of Posts That Convert. And every time she uses it in her system, she she's like, "I usually get about 10 clients from that post, like, Ren, that's just amazing." So she was sharing at Christmas time. She's like, "I just put out a post on Monday, right? Just wanted a few more Christmas commissions." She's like, "I got 6. Blimey." She's like laughing. She's like, "I guess I'll have to draw my sleep." But she's like, "Nope, I'm not going to complain. It's fantastic." So running a system, it not only creates confidence, okay, but when we run a system, we're also creating content that converts to sales. We want you to have content that you can recycle over and over. And this is why we're talking about connecting and we're talking about collecting right now. When we have content that converts, we can recycle it so that we can find more and more leads that are magnetized to us. And once we know what content actually connects with our customers, we can recycle that to walk more people down the path to the sale. We already talked about Cindy. She used one of the Art Boss content creation tools called the Powerhouse Combination. She was just using it. Her goal was to use it to get more people to sign up for her email list. But in the process of using it, she closed an additional 3K in sales. And it was off of one of the posts in that series. And so she closed in one day 3K. Just crazy, crazy good. It allows you to see that although the post she's using is super powerful, if she wasn't using it within her bigger system, it wouldn't have the ability to close sales as easily as she has been able to close sales. We want to have confidence, we want to have content, and we want to close sales. We love hearing the stories from art bosses that they send to us when they're like, "Blimey," right? I love that. "Blimey, so fantastic. Holy shitski, this stuff works. I can't believe that I waited so long. Just having a formula and a framework is amazing."
Hi, I'd love to give a big shout out to Karen Uha for her Art Boss marketing formula. She's done a fantastic job putting this together. It works, it's brilliant. I just did my first launch and I made over $7,000 in art sales. It will teach you new techniques to add new collectors to your collector base. And if you do the work, you'll get the results. You don't need a master's in marketing. Karen's put it all here together for you. These are tried and true techniques that big companies use, and she's great. She's great, and they're also very nice.
So what's next? What do we do next? What's the next step? Tomorrow, we're going to talk about closing sales. Tomorrow, we're going to start talking about what we need to do, we need to first collect our most wonderful, perfect, ideal clients. Then we need to connect with them. Then we need to close at a higher price by finding just a few extra people who are ready to pull out their credit card, which significantly impacts the power of what we do. We also need to get clarity on the whole entire process, making sure that everything is being refined and scaled. We want you to not only make 5K a month, we want you to make 10K and beyond. The sky is truly the limit here. We want you to be able to do what Nick's doing, what Jen's doing, what Sarah's doing, what Alyssa's doing, what Sandra's doing, right? What Tori's doing, which is being able to leverage your passion for your artwork and close more sales. So as we're heading out, I just want you to know that tomorrow is on fire, like on fire. You're not going to want to miss this one. We're going to talk about setting up irresistible offers that your clients can't refuse, that your clients go, that's a no-brainer. I'm getting in line because I know that this piece is going to sell quickly. Okay, so we're going to be introducing you to more art bosses. We have art bosses who are like, yeah, I used to worry about finding leads. Now I have them waiting in line for the work coming off of my easel. Okay, and they're already like paid for commissions. Okay, so we move from where we are trying to close more sales to where we move into a system that automatically is generating sales, and we have to start building out client management systems that allow for us to deliver on those sales. When we are clear on our messaging, when we start really putting together the social pyramid, I asked you guys earlier to write down your 3 words so that you can start really showing up strong in your social media. Those 3 words are so powerful. We can help you build out all the messaging around that. It's exactly what we do in content creation. Every single week, we work with artists to build out their social media calendars. By the end of 3 months, our artists have a social media calendar that they can recycle quarter after quarter. No need to try to come up with brand new stuff all the time, right? The reality is we can leverage the power of recycling our content, and we can start showing up strong in our social media. We can start connecting with our clients, and we can start giving that platform exactly what it needs so that we create that pyramid. I absolutely love being creative. I was born to be a creative. I was born not only to create artwork, but I was born to be in an environment that allows for me to see what's happening, be able to apply what's happening, the changes in the world, the shift to the online market, and being able to quickly formulate it, because that's the strategy part. I absolutely love watching what's going on. I love working with hundreds of artists because I get to see what they're doing, and I get to see how when they shift and pivot with the market, they're able to like claim thousands of dollars in just like 1 month. I'm also super driven. I just absolutely would not want to be doing anything else with my time but creating new artwork and working with insanely talented artists. If I am not doing those things, I know that it's difficult for me to be like passionate about what I'm doing. It's easy to burn out when you're not doing what you were placed on this earth to do. So absolutely want to let you guys know we're here this week, the rest of this week, to answer your questions. We want you to be able to claim what is yours. We want you to take action. So there's more homework coming your way. Today, your homework question, let's go ahead and pull it up so that you can also see it. Let's go ahead and grab that. Here's your question, your homework question for today. Here we go. What is stopping you from meeting your monthly sales goals? What skill or tool would help you meet that goal next month? What is it that would allow for you to meet your sales goal so that you're living the dream? Before we head out today, I want to remind you that on Monday, we're having the VIP meeting. We're going to have the laser focused coaching session. You will need to apply to get the VIP pass. If you click on this link, launch.karenahuja.com/VIP pass, you're going to be able to get the link to that meeting on Monday. And I'm going to be working directly with artists, taking a look at their current art businesses. And tomorrow, we're going to be looking at our irresistible offers, the one that has your customers pulling out their credit cards. Because it comes down to this, we have to start pulling and connecting the dots. We need to be running an online selling system that's smart, that allows for us to leverage the power of social media and our art to create a message that is our unique market message. It's the message that allows for us to magnetize our clients to us. And it allows for us to walk our perfectly wonderful clients down the path to the sale like it's the most natural thing in the world. Say goodbye to feeling like a salesy weirdo. When you're connecting with your ideal client, you're giving them everything that they need to say yes. When they ask about your artwork, when you make your offers, it feels so natural to start talking about price. If you haven't layered everything out correctly, if you haven't given your perfectly wonderful clients everything they need to say yes, it feels awkward. Okay. It feels off putting, and we need to recognize that so that we are not showing up like the salesy weirdos. Instead, we're showing up as powerful experts in the marketplace that love our clients, love what we do, and know that when our clients have our artwork, they're better off after they've purchased the artwork than before. So we will be seeing you guys tomorrow. Super excited to be jumping into the irresistible offer tomorrow. This is the meeting that you want to be going to. Yes, everything builds, but tomorrow it's about closing sales. Tomorrow it's about the skills and tools that allow for you to be able to close significant amount of sales, right? Just by simply either raising your price or finding one or two more customers, or what the heck, both. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.